Well, trading has closed on October 31st, 2023. We always start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls and make some predictions. Tomorrow's November 1st. This is my trading plan. I might not do much trading because it's the FOMC announcement day, and that typically leads to wild swings that I can't predict with any sufficient degree of accuracy, but we'll do the best we can. Look for the pattern with the early high. It tends to be a rally day, high in the final hour. We got that. It's a reminder of what we said. We said that unless we gap and promptly overtook yesterday's high, we should see lower prices, which didn't mean we have to close lower. Here are the lower prices, but we didn't close lower. But it's a bit concerning for the bulls, so we didn't close at new highs. This pattern usually will. Now it could do it tomorrow morning, but as of right now, this really didn't close at prior highs. And furthermore, MEJT doesn't like the whole move. It says we're going to retrace to 4163.10 and also to 4174.50. And if we don't gap up smartly, those numbers are my calls. The FOMC announcement is an important price. This green line is an FOMC announcement price from months ago. This green line here is an old FOMC announcement price. You can see how these levels, even months later, tend to be support and resistance, but I think it would pay people to keep track of the price when it's announced. Right now, we stopped right at resistance from that FOMC announcement price. We stopped pretty close to resistance from old MEJT target. And we stopped right at a 61.8% retrace of the last drop. So those are all pretty strong resistance numbers. When you rally right up to resistance, you have to gap over it or expect a pullback. We don't know if we'll gap over this until tomorrow's open, but futures are down as I'm recording this. And we do have not just resistance, but also lower targets. None of this requires us to close lower, but it's not the kind of situation where I would go long overnight. Wednesday's pattern is the early high, regardless of where we open. The FOMC meeting is tomorrow afternoon. Usually leads to wild swings, which I can't predict with a sufficient degree of accuracy. That being said, we have lower targets. If we don't keep up smartly, the rules say they print. We stopped the resistance from a Fibonacci retrace, a prior MEJT target, and the prior FOMC announcement price. If we don't gap over this resistance, I expect to see lower prices tomorrow regardless of where we close. It's a pattern with the early high. If we don't gap over this, I think we'll trade lower, significantly lower targets. None of that guarantees a lower close. It's a pattern with the early high, and that's today's call.